Hi, I'm Jeff Brown. Today I'm visiting the new X Corp headquarters deep in the heart of the Texas Triangle, where Elon Musk and Visa are moments away from unleashing a revolutionary financial technology some Silicon Valley insiders are calling the future of America's money. When they launch, billions of dollars could pour into three under-the-radar tech partners that I've uncovered, handing early investors a chance to collect profits in 2025 and for many years to come. It's all part of Musk's master plan, 27 years in the making, a plan that I'm calling Agenda X. Elon predicts the technology that they're releasing could replace half the world's financial system, worth more than $21 trillion. Ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino says, buckle up. And Forbes says leaked computer code confirms Musk's game-changing plan is scheduled to launch literally any day now. So there's zero time to hesitate. So if you missed your shot at turning $1,000 into more than $18,000 when I first recommended Tesla, if you didn't see $1,000 turn into more than $13,000 when I picked AMD, and if you missed turning $1,000 into more than $230,000 when I first called NVIDIA, then you want to pay close attention to the undeniable proof I'm going to show you over the next few minutes. Because I've connected all the dots, and I believe Agenda X could make early investors rich. That's all part of Musk's secret master plan, 27 years in the making, starting way back in 1998 when he co-founded PayPal. Elon dreamed of turning PayPal into the future of money, but he was forced out before realizing his grand vision. Now, everything has changed. President Trump is back in office, fulfilling his promise to unleash a golden age of technology, slashing regulations, and swinging open the floodgates of innovation like never before, clearing the path for Elon and Visa to revolutionize America's outdated, broken, and bloated financial ecosystem with something called X money. Now, there is a lot of money at stake here, and we're looking at what could be more than $10 trillion up for grabs. And it all starts the moment Elon and Visa flip the X money switch, which could happen any day now. Now, if this sounds outlandish to you, well, I completely understand. Almost everything Elon creates sounds outlandish at first, but it's important to remember he's achieved the impossible over and over again. When he first launched X.com back in 1999, for example, Elon said he was building an everything app for finance, and he wanted it to really change how money moves around the world. The thing is, most people weren't even on the internet in 1999, so the idea of sending and receiving money over the internet seemed outlandish. But Musk ignored the skeptics, and by 2001, Elon and his team transformed X.com from an outlandish idea into the multi-billion-dollar financial giant PayPal, handing early investors an absolute fortune along the way. But he did not stop there. In 2002, Elon decided to build the world's first reusable rockets, capable of launching satellites into orbit and returning to Earth over and over again. And for most people, the idea probably sounded even more outlandish than PayPal. I mean, how could a guy with zero background in aerospace engineering expect to succeed? But Elon's a genius, and he always plays to win. So he built a team of the most talented aerospace engineers in the world to make it happen. And together, they've completely revolutionized the entire space industry. First, with reusable Falcon 9 rockets, and now with giant mechanical arms capable of catching a 28-ton rocket booster in midair as it slowly returns to the launch pad. They're so far ahead of the competition, calling SpaceX the global launch leader is a massive understatement. In 2024, SpaceX launched 52% of all rockets globally, sending 84% of the world's satellites and 84% of the world's total payload mass into orbit, more than every other company and country combined. In 2025, SpaceX has achieved 425 more rocket landings already, and they're only getting started. Along the way, they've made a lot of private investors very rich. And it happens over and over. First, people ridicule and ignore Elon's outlandish master plans, and then Elon makes it work and proves the naysayers completely wrong. And early investors who believe in Elon's vision get to see the remarkable gains. But you may recall how people felt the same way about Tesla too. After all, who in their right mind would go head-to-head against established automobile giants? I mean, we're talking about a true David and Goliath situation, which is why almost everyone figured Tesla was doomed to fail. People called Musk crazy, delusional, with zero odds of winning. The New York Times said Tesla looked like the future. Now some ask if it has one. But my research uncovered a different story. You see, every traditional car company was assembling the hardware, the body, the engine, the mechanical parts first, and then adding some very basic software as a secondary step. Well, meanwhile, Tesla engineers took the opposite approach. They were writing ultra-advanced AI-powered software for controlling everything first and then building the rest of the car around their software architecture. And this gave Tesla the power to update their software remotely so they could add advanced features and improve a car's performance at any time. And that's why when I recommended Tesla for the second time in December 2018, I wrote, Tesla is much more than a flashy electric vehicle company. In fact, when you look past the headlines, you'll see it's really a software and artificial intelligence company with a huge lead on the self-driving trend. And with every mile it logs from its vehicle's self-driving feature, it widens the gap between itself and other future competitors in the autonomous driving industry. In other words, Tesla isn't building better versions of the same machines that we've been driving since the first car rolled off Ford's assembly line in 1913. Tesla is essentially an AI software company building self-driving computers. And just like PayPal, virtually everyone predicted Tesla would fail. But Elon proved the skeptics wrong again, turning a small startup into the #1 car company in the world, revolutionizing an entire industry and handing early investors gains up to 42,000% along the way. Now, unfortunately, most investors miss breakthrough opportunities like this. Technology is advancing so fast now, it's hard for most people to connect all the dots. Now, keeping up with everything is practically a full-time job, and unless you know where to look or have deep connections to Silicon Valley, it is all too easy to miss the biggest winners. For example, when I first recommended NVIDIA, most people thought it was just a cheap gaming stock with no real profit potential. But my research told me NVIDIA was about to take off. Now, sure enough, NVIDIA beat Apple to become the largest US company by market cap in 2024. And now it's one of the biggest tech stocks of all time. And early investors who followed my recommendation and held on had a chance to see $1,000 turn into more than $230,000 today. And that's not an isolated case. The same thing happened when I first picked AMD. As always, I did my due diligence, and I was certain AMD's new Zen processor was about to shock the market because AI was gaining some traction back then. But AI was still so new, most investors weren't connecting the dots yet. Fortunately, I'd been researching and working with early forms of AI for years already, so I knew how much processing power it took to run AI applications. And I saw AMD as a key provider of the technology AI companies needed to power their servers. Sure enough, AMD took off like a rocket, and early investors had a chance to see every $1,000 invested turn into more than $13,000. Every $5,000 invested turn into more than $68,000, and every $10,000 invested turn into $137,000 today. That's why I'm so excited to show you what's happening with Agenda X right now, because I believe Elon and Visa are moments away from triggering an even bigger opportunity. Of course, those were some of my best recommendations over the years, and nothing is guaranteed in the market, so I can't promise that you'll see gains that high. But if you did miss your chance back then, wait until you see what I've discovered for you now. Again, my name is Jeff Brown. I'm an angel investor, a tech analyst, and former senior executive for 3 multi-billion-dollar companies, Qualcomm, NXP Semiconductors, and Juniper Networks. And I've also advised U.S. policymakers, members of the Defense Intelligence Agency, the Department of Commerce, and the National Institutes of Standards and Technology. And after working with some of Silicon Valley's most successful investors and executives for over 30 years, I've developed a unique ability to find massive tech opportunities like this, sometimes long before the mainstream understands what's happening. For example, when I first recommended Bitcoin back in 2015, when it was trading for just $240, it was so early, few people knew what it was, how it worked, or how much money was at stake. Famous economist Nouriel Roubini, aka Dr. Doom, called it a Ponzi scheme, and the skeptics are still railing against it today. Euro Pacific Capital CEO Peter Schiff calls Bitcoin a scam, and JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon declared it a fraud. And meanwhile, as you may know, Bitcoin gained more than 34,300%, silencing the skeptics and handing early investors who held on a chance to see every $1,000 turn into more than $340,000 today. That is the power of connecting the dots and getting ahead of tech stock breakouts before they happen. Now, anyone who waited missed a once-in-a-lifetime chance to collect the kind of profits most people will never get to see, while folks who got in early made enough money to live financially free. As they say, hindsight is 20/20. Now, here we are again with another breakthrough investment opportunity, where Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, and Visa, the biggest payment processing company in the world, are transforming X into the world's first financial super system. And when they launch, I expect critics will come crawling out of the woodwork again, just like they did with Tesla, with SpaceX, and PayPal before. But as you know, Elon always plays to win, always holding his cards close to his chest until the last moment, ignoring naysayers, and taking the market by surprise when he launches. When Elon's AI startup xAI launched in July 2023, for instance, they only raised $135 million for its initial funding round, which was peanuts compared to the billions of dollars OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and all the big AI companies were spending to dominate the market. AI experts thought Elon was too far behind everyone else to even compete, and Musk acknowledged they still had a lot of catching up to do. But by May 2024, xAI had raised $6 billion to fund its AI supercomputer named Colossus. And I predicted xAI would race ahead of everyone else within a year. And sure enough, xAI's new model called Grok 3 is now on top, while everyone else is scrambling to catch up. Now, here's the biggest twist that nobody expected. On March 28, 2025, xAI acquired X for a $45 billion valuation. And Elon said, "Today, we officially take the step to combine the data, models, compute, distribution, and talent. This combination will unlock immense potential by blending xAI's advanced AI capability and expertise with X's massive reach." That is the key to understanding Elon's master plan. Because most people thought Elon bought Twitter to fight the industrial censorship complex and protect freedom of speech. And that is absolutely true, but that's not his only reason. As you may recall, when Musk launched PayPal back in 1999, he wanted it to become a financial everything app. Now, here we are 27 years later, Musk's master plan is back on track. Elon and Visa are moments away from launching, and early investors have another chance to see extraordinary gains in the coming weeks. But despite all the proof that you're seeing here today, average investors are missing what could be the biggest opportunity of our generation. Like so many times before, naysayers expect Elon to fail. But I sure wouldn't bet against him because Elon always plays to win. He's always building radical technologies and innovative business solutions better than anyone else. And right now, he's playing to win with X money. And that's why I'm telling everyone who will listen to ignore the critics and get in now. Just like when I called Tesla back in 2018. Former GM executive Bob Lutz predicted Tesla was headed for the graveyard. But I pored over the data and studied every move Musk was making, and I was 100% convinced Tesla was about to disrupt the auto industry. And sure enough, Tesla has soared as high as 2,400% since my recommendation, handing early investors a chance to see every $1,000 invested turn into more than $24,000. Now, I can't guarantee anyone else will get to see gains that high, of course, but if you missed getting rich from Musk's previous ventures, I believe Musk's master plan could offer you a second chance to see substantial gains. And this time, unlike his private companies like SpaceX, Neuralink, The Boring Company, and now XAI, where you have to be an accredited investor, invest millions of dollars, or have deep Silicon Valley connections, this time you don't have to miss out. And I'm going to show you how to give yourself a chance to see oversized gains by getting in before X money launches. Now, we're not talking about buying shares of big companies like Nvidia, Tesla, or Microsoft. Those stocks are already too high to collect the kind of gains that I'd like to see you make. Instead, I'm going to tell you about 3 under-the-radar companies I've uncovered, and each one of them supplies a crucial piece of technology X money must have. Without it, X money wouldn't work. In fact, none of Elon's tech companies could survive without the crucial tech these companies supply. It's that important. So let's talk about how you can get in before their stocks potentially skyrocket and how to give yourself a chance to see extraordinary gains when X money launches. Because Elon is about to finish what he started back in 1999 when he dreamed of turning PayPal into a multi-billion-dollar company. Elon wanted to try again when the timing was right, and for the next decade and a half, while building 3 multi-billion-dollar enterprises, Musk worked on his secret master plan behind the scenes. First, he purchased his old domain name, X.com, from PayPal in 2017, and nobody knew why. CNBC wondered if he was planning to use X.com for something car or rocket related in the future. And unless you knew Elon or had connections in Silicon Valley, it was hard to connect the dots. But Elon kept everyone guessing. Then in 2022, he bought Twitter for $44 billion, causing another swirl of controversy. Was it really just about securing free speech or something bigger? Then in 2024, Musk put Twitter on his old domain, X.com, renamed Twitter to X, and posted a clue about what was coming, saying, "In the months to come, we will add comprehensive communications and the ability to conduct your entire financial world." The Twitter name does not make sense in that context, so we must bid adieu to the bird. Now, the time has come. Musk and Visa are moments away from launching an ultra-secure financial super system unlike anyone has ever seen. Think of it as PayPal on steroids, where users can transfer money to friends instantly, buy and sell goods, deposit money in the bank, pay bills, invest in stocks, and more. Ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino says in 2024, X changed the world. 2025, X will connect you in ways never thought possible. Musk says you won't even need a bank account. And for folks who connect the dots, this is where the opportunity is. As you've seen, every time Elon launches a bold new venture, early investors have a chance to get rich. This time, all you need to do is make your move before X money launches. But you will need to hurry because leaked computer code revealed X money could launch any day now. 41 states have already given X money the green light, and with only 9 more states to go, there is no time to hesitate. Musk is ready to roll, and he just poured another $150 million of his own money into X to prepare for what is coming, sending an unmistakable signal to sharp investors everywhere. The time to get in is now. High-profile venture capitalists and billionaires know what's coming, and back in 2022, they poured billions into X to help make sure it does. Silicon Valley investment firm Andreessen Horowitz invested $400 million. Binance invested $500 million. Sequoia Capital invested $800 million. Oracle founder Larry Ellison invested $1 billion. Fidelity Investments invested a mind-boggling $19.6 billion. The list of deep pocket partners goes on, and the biggest partner of all, Visa. For 2025 and beyond, Visa's global head of small business says they want to be everywhere money is moving. And Visa CEO Ryan McInerney called their deal with X a win for its big tech strategy, which means we're seeing a massive opportunity unfolding right before our eyes. And I believe it should be abundantly clear to anyone watching closely. Agenda X is about to hand early investors a rare chance to see extraordinary gains when X Money launches. Why else would the biggest payment processor on the planet partner with Elon Musk? If they weren't 100% confident X Money was about to explode, they wouldn't. But here's an even bigger reason why Visa partnered with Elon. And it's the same reason Elon partnered with Visa. They both know 2.6 billion people around the world still don't have internet access. 1.4 billion don't have a bank account, and it's holding them back, blocking access to global opportunities, limiting crucial resources, and keeping them poor. But that is all about to change, because the moment X Money launches, more than 7,100 of Elon's Starlink satellites will beam high-speed internet access around the world, delivering internet service to many areas for the first time, giving a lot of people access to X Money and unleashing a river of new opportunity. In 2024 alone, Starlink started beaming service to Mongolia, Albania, Micronesia, Uruguay, Fiji, Madagascar, South Sudan, Zimbabwe, Liberia, Bhutan, and at least 13 more countries. They've already added 4 more countries in 2025 with 376 more satellites, and they're only getting started. Just think about that for a second. Soon, billions of people will have a chance to take control of their finances, participate in global markets, and access a wide range of financial services for the first time, all at the push of a button. Can you imagine how many lives will change? Think of a farmer selling his crops for the best price with a few taps on his X Money app, or buying goods from another country. And that's not all. Soon X Money could make it easy and secure to buy a ride in one of Elon's new self-driving robo-taxis. Pay for a meal anywhere in the world. Use XAI inside the X Money app to balance your budget automatically or even personalize a portfolio for you. It's all part of Elon's master plan, 27 years in the making. And look, if you're a baby boomer, the idea of using X Money, I know it might sound strange, but for the next generation, digital banking is becoming the norm, with 60% of millennials, 57% of Gen Z, and 52% of Gen X primarily using mobile banking apps for sending money, paying bills, and managing their accounts on the go. And it's growing bigger by the minute. Last year, the mobile banking market passed the 1.3 billion mark, and it's projected to triple by 2030. Make no mistake, X Money is happening fast. The software, computers, and data centers are ready to go. Starlink satellites are ready to go. X.com is ready to go. XAI is ready to go. Visa is ready to go. Musk is ready to go. And the moment they flip the X Money switch, X will tap directly into Visa's worldwide network with 4.7 billion cardholders across more than 200 countries. Starlink satellites will beam X Money access to people around the world, and Visa will access 500 million instant potential customers on the X app. Still, most investors don't realize this is even happening. They're not seeing what X Money could become. It's a lot like Amazon back when it was just a tiny online bookstore. Few investors could see what Amazon could become, but today, Amazon is a one-stop shop for buying and selling goods, streaming media, and more. And investors who got in early and held on are so glad they connected the dots before Amazon took off. The same thing happened when Mark Zuckerberg launched a little college social network called The Facebook back in 2004. Few people realized just how profitable it would become unless you knew Zuckerberg or had deep connections in Silicon Valley. But in 2019, Zuckerberg partnered with Elon Musk's old company, PayPal, so people could shop Facebook's marketplace, send and receive money, make donations to good causes, and more. Now, Facebook is a $1.5 trillion juggernaut with about 3 billion monthly users. And insiders who got in before the company went public in 2012 had a chance to turn every $1,000 invested back then into around $18,000 today. It's a similar story with the everything app called WeChat in Asia. Few people realized WeChat would grow to 1.3 billion users using the app every day to shop, sell, send money, get paid, pay bills, message, you name it. But anyone who connected the dots and got in early had a chance to see every $1,000 invested turn into more than $98,000. Now, here we are again. The digital payment boom is in full swing, and a lot of money is up for grabs. According to some estimates, the digital payment market could pass $10 trillion by 2033, which is exactly why X Money is in the perfect position to become half the world's financial system, as Elon predicted. And that also means banks like JP Morgan Chase or Wells Fargo are about to face fierce competition. With all their woefully outdated technology and slow money handling systems, payment transfers can take days to clear. Plus, their transaction fees are painfully high, and for businesses, those fees add up to billions of dollars per year. Meanwhile, X Money uses Visa Direct to process payments instantly, transaction fees are low, and Musk's Starlink satellites are about to beam access to the internet and X Money almost anywhere, anytime, giving an estimated 2 billion unbanked people around the world access to X Money. That's why Musk says X Money will be by far the biggest financial institution, the most efficient, the least fraud, everything real-time, seamless money. And President Trump is doing everything in his power to help X Money succeed. Since day one, Trump has been undoing the damage the previous administration left behind, like Joe Biden's executive order number 14110. Biden's administration tried to block the growth of AI in the U.S., but nothing can stop the march of progress, which is why Trump revoked Biden's stifling regulations, authorizing a $500 billion plan to install a massive network of AI data centers across the United States, paving the way for Elon's XAI to continue dominating now and into the future. With Trump back in the White House, the future for tech investors is looking very bright indeed. And that's not all Trump is doing to pave the way for Agenda X. As you may recall, Biden and the Fed were gearing up to launch a central bank digital currency, otherwise known as a CBDC. If they had gotten away with it, the Fed and U.S. banks could have seized control of our financial lives forever, and I believe they would have done all they could to stop X Money from happening too. But that all changed on January 23rd, 2025, when Trump's historic executive order revoked Biden's executive order. That was number 14067, outlawing the Fed's CBDC on the spot, giving Musk and Visa the ability to launch X Money without government competition. Then Trump did something a lot of people never saw coming. On March 6th, 2025, Trump sealed the deal with an unprecedented presidential action, making Bitcoin a strategic U.S. reserve asset. This means the US government now recognizes Bitcoin as a reserve asset like gold or the US dollar. Isn't that remarkable? Trump just paved the way for X Money to accept Bitcoin, giving X Money users the ability to send instant, secure payments anywhere in the world with no middlemen or hassles. In other words, X Money is about to become the future of America's money. For the first time in history, the U.S. government is actively supporting advanced technology and financial innovation instead of regulating it to death. And I believe America's money is flowing away from an outdated, unnecessary financial control systems back into the hands of everyday people where it belongs, with Musk leading the charge like he has so many times before. First, Elon revolutionized how people send and receive money with PayPal, and it made early investors very rich. Then, he revolutionized America's space industry with SpaceX, a company now worth $350 billion, achieving near miraculous feats everyone thought were impossible, like catching massive reusable rockets in midair with giant claws and rescuing stranded space station astronauts when NASA and its partner Boeing couldn't. Next, Elon revolutionized America's auto industry with Tesla, beating all the giant automakers and creating the best-selling car in the world. Not the best-selling electric vehicle, the best-selling car, the Model Y, pushing Tesla's market cap over $1 trillion and surpassing the value of the next 10 automakers combined. And all of it made early investors very, very rich. Now, after 27 years of launching one tech breakthrough after another, Elon has come full circle with his master plan. He's got the experience, he's got the money, the partners, and the power, and it could make his success with PayPal seem small by comparison. That's why partnering with Elon is a no-brainer for a savvy company like Visa. They're following the money, and you could get in early right now by investing a small stake in one or more of the 3 crucial tech partners that I'd like to tell you about, giving yourself a chance to achieve financial freedom without investing a lot of money. Now, you might think this sounds too good to be true, and if you do, I don't blame you. More than ever, we need to be careful about where we get our information, and that's why I invest so much time, energy, and money into my research, connecting dots nobody else sees, and it's handed me some extraordinary gains over the year. Like when I called NVIDIA, those held on would have seen a whopping 23,000% gain. Square for a 222% gain, Appio for a 136% gain, and Bitcoin for a 34,300% gain had you held on after I first recommended it. Now, obviously, a lot of due diligence goes into finding big winners like that, and I can't promise anyone else will get to see gains that big, but essentially, I look for companies on the verge of revolutionizing an entire industry or creating an entirely new market from scratch. Then I find under-the-radar partners who supply critical technology that the new company must have to stay in business. Because here's what most people don't realize. During every technology revolution, investors in crucial support companies have a chance to make a fortune. Like way back when electricity first powered the nation, early investors in light bulb makers and wire manufacturers made absolute fortunes. When Ford's assembly line started cranking out cars, investors in steel, rubber, and oil made fortunes too. It happened again with vacuum tube manufacturers during the radio boom of the 1920s, glass companies during the television boom of the 1950s, aluminum companies during the jet age of the 1960s, and when the internet boom swept the nation in the 1990s, investors in companies like Cisco, Intel, and Microsoft paid for home mortgages, college educations, and comfortable retirements with their winnings. Anyone who bought shares of Cisco watched it soar over 75,000%. That's enough to see every $1,000 invested turn into $750,000. And anyone who bought shares of Microsoft and held on had a chance to see every $1,000 turn into $437,000. Now, of course, gains like this, they don't happen every time, but for folks who know where to look big opportunities present themselves during every technology revolution. And here's one more example. When cell phones swept the world, anyone who bought shares of companies who supplied processors, microcontrollers, and memory chips made a fortune too. Investors in ST Microelectronics made 17.5 times their money. Investors in Qualcomm, my old employer, made over 95 times their money. And investors in Micron Technology made 153 times their money. Now, X Money is about to ignite the next phase of the digital money boom, unleashing a $10 trillion tidal wave of new wealth. And just like all those previous tech revolutions, everyday investors have a chance to achieve financial freedom in 2025 without being an accredited investor, without being a billionaire or millionaire already, and without any investing experience. It's a simple formula, really. All you need is a visionary entrepreneur with a long track record of success, check. An established company with all the hardware, technology, partners, money, and plans locked in and ready to rock, check. A revolutionary new technology nobody else has, with billions of people ready to buy, check. Plus, mega bonus points if President Trump has your back. Biden's oppressive regulations are out of the way, and Visa is your partner. Check, check, and check. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, Agenda X checks all the boxes and then some. And this is only the beginning. Elon says X Money will be the Amazon of financial services. And that's why I firmly believe early investors have a chance to see 10x, 20x, possibly even 100x returns or more. By investing in the critical technology X Money must have to work, and the technology I believe will deliver big gains in 2025 and beyond, is super advanced microchips. Without these specialized chips, there is no X Money, and one company is Elon's key supplier. And it's not a well-known company like NVIDIA, so most people have never heard of it. But they're the only company manufacturing a new super advanced chip that I'm calling Agenda X chips. And Elon's putting them in just about everything, including his Colossus supercomputer, his new data centers, SpaceX satellites, Tesla Roadsters, robotaxis, Optimus robots. All of them need these Agenda X chips. And here's the kicker. Every big tech leader, Apple, NVIDIA, Meta, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, all of them are spending billions of dollars with this one company. Apple has already paid them more than $17 billion to make its custom chips. NVIDIA spent $7.73 billion with billions more committed for the foreseeable future. Meta spent billions. Google spent billions. Amazon spent billions. Microsoft, Qualcomm, Broadcom, Sony, even Intel. In total, more than 500 companies around the world depend on this breakthrough technology, and they're all buying super advanced, customized chips from one company. Once upon a time, Intel was this company's only real competition, but now Intel's profits have dried up, debts are stacking up, and soon, according to The Economist, Intel could be broken up, which means this one company could continue dominating in 2025 and for the foreseeable future. All you need to do is buy your shares before X Money launches. And we're barely scratching the surface here, because not only do all of Musk's Agenda X companies depend on this company's cutting-edge chips, and not only do all of the world's big tech companies like Amazon, Meta, and Google depend on them too, Elon's partner Visa also relies on the same company to supply their chips. And with Agenda X and the AI boom underway, this crucial chip manufacturer is building 3 new fabrication plants in Arizona for about $20 billion each, just to keep up with growing demand. Bottom line, this one company has a near mini monopoly on about 90% of the world's super advanced chip market, and multi-billion-dollar contracts locked in for years to come. That's why I'm recommending this company today. Now, does that mean that they'll always be number one? Well, it's possible. Of course, another company could invent a superior chip someday, but guess what happens then? all of the world's biggest tech companies who only buy the latest, fastest technology will place their orders with a better company. And that's where the money will flow, handing fast-thinking investors yet another opportunity to cash in. But for now, buying shares of this little-known company has my highest recommendation. That said, X Money could launch any minute, so this little-known company, it won't stay secret for long. Soon, X Money will be all over the news. Late investors will catch on, and early investors could see shares shoot through the roof, which is why I put all the details that you need to know inside an exclusive new report called The Agenda X Playbook: How to Profit from Elon's Master Plan. And I'm happy to send the full report at no cost. Because X Money is launching any moment now. You've seen what happened when I recommended NVIDIA. Since then, readers have seen NVIDIA soar as high as 23,000%. And anyone who's hesitated missed their chance to rake in those big gains. The same thing happened with AMD. Anyone who invested $10,000 back then had a chance to see it turn into $190,000 today. And remember what happened when I recommended Bitcoin? Early investors who held on had a chance to see their investment soar 34,300%, while folks who thought those stocks weren't going anywhere are kicking themselves for missing out again. Now, I don't want to see that happen to you with Agenda X, so I put everything that you need to know inside your special report with full details, including the company name and ticker symbol. And I'd like to give it to you today so you can get ahead of this opportunity right away. It's yours completely free of charge when you try out my flagship research service called the Near Future Report. Every month, I publish new investment ideas in the Near Future Report to help keep you ahead of the game. Because tech is moving so fast now, it's hard to connect all the dots. Keeping up with all the breakthroughs is practically a full-time job, and the mainstream media only reports the big wins after they happen. And that's why the Near Future Report is all about finding big tech breakthroughs before they hit the headlines. Every month, for the next 12 months, you'll find out exactly what's coming next, which stocks to consider and why, and exactly what you need to do if you want to get in early. We dig deeper than anyone else is willing to dig to find profit opportunities nobody else is telling you about before everyone else sees it on the news. Like when I picked DocuSign, handing early investors who held on a chance to see a 513% gain. Palo Alto Networks would have handed you an 808% gain if you held on. And Arista Networks would have handed you an 816% gain had you held on. That's what happens when you follow world-class recommendations from a team of dedicated professionals. And when you accept your risk-free test drive of the Near Future Report today, I'll send you a complimentary copy of the Agenda X Playbook: How to Profit from Elon's Master Plan. And when it arrives, I recommend reading it right away so you can feel 100% confident when you're ready to invest in Agenda X. What you'll discover will instantly put you light years ahead of the vast majority of investors who are about to miss out again. So to make sure you don't miss your opportunity, I'd like to make it an absolute no-brainer for you to say yes. Now, normally, a 12-month membership to the Near Future Report is a bargain for just $499. And as you've seen, just one recommendation has the potential to earn you 5, 10, or 20 times more than your one-year membership fee. Heck, big venture capital firms pay thousands of dollars for research of this caliber to connect all the dots and gain the upper hand. But you won't have to pay thousands of dollars for this high-level research. Instead, I'm going to offer you a very generous discount when you join today, and I'll show you how to get started in just a second. First, real quick, you should know about another massive opportunity I haven't seen anybody else talking about yet. And this sounds like something straight out of a 1960s science fiction movie, but it is 100% real and it's happening now. Tesla recently revealed its advanced humanoid robot Elon calls Optimus. It is a 5-foot 8-inch miracle of advanced engineering, and nobody else has anything like it. It moves like a human, talks like a human. It can do everything humans can do, be a housekeeper, chef, and help in everyday life, you name it. And Elon believes soon everyone will own one of these Optimus robots, just like we own smartphones today. And here's the important part. Every Optimus robot is loaded with the same kind of super advanced technology that you've seen today. So I believe there is a very high chance these robots may connect directly to X Money when it launches. This isn't some far-off future that we're talking about either. As wild as it sounds, these advanced machines are already working alongside Tesla employees at Tesla offices and factories, and they never need a vacation or ask for time off. They can work all day without getting tired. They can easily replace at least 2 workers. They can perform dangerous tasks with no risk of injury. And considering the ongoing labor shortage in warehousing and manufacturing that we're seeing right now, plus all the time and cost savings these robots offer the world, Goldman Sachs estimates we're looking at a potential $38 billion market. And we only have a brief window of opportunity before they are everywhere. However, as bullish as I am on Tesla and their new robots, Tesla is already a $715 billion company. And I want to make sure my recommendations have the potential to hand you the kind of gains that you've seen today. That's why I found a key tech supplier with more room to grow. And if you get in early, I believe it offers you much higher profit potential because this company provides critical sensors Tesla's self-driving cars use to see the road. And since Tesla's Optimus robots also need to see, these sensors are a crucial part of the robot's brain. Now, if Elon is right, as I believe he is, I'm convinced early investors could see extraordinary gains, and I want to make sure you're fully prepared for what's coming. So I put all the details inside a second bonus report I'd like to give you called How to Profit from Elon Musk's Robotics Revolution. And it's yours at no additional charge with your risk-free test drive of the near future report. But that's not all. I found one more piece of crucial technology X Money must have, and I put all the details you need to know in another exclusive bonus report I'm going to give you called Elon Musk's Silent Partner. You see, just like the critical technology we've been discussing today, all of the big tech companies must have this technology to stay on top. I'm talking about this tiny memory chip. I know it might not look like much, but these are the only memory chips advanced enough to handle all of the data XAI needs to process. And Elon isn't the only one who's buying these by the truckload. More than 5,000 AI data centers across the U.S. desperately need massive amounts of these modules right now. Because most of the data centers were built before the AI boom, so most of them aren't fast enough to handle modern AI applications, which is why big companies are pouring billions of dollars into building new data centers as fast as they can. Meta invested $800 million to build just one AI data center in Indiana. Amazon spent $10 billion on a new center in Mississippi. Microsoft and OpenAI are spending $100 billion on their Stargate data center in Wisconsin, and Musk already has a massive supercomputer called Colossus with 200,000 chips and memory modules. Now Elon's building a second data center outside Memphis that he calls a gigafactory, and this time he's buying 1 million chips manufactured by this one little-known supplier. And there's more. Synergy Research Group says at least 130 of these new data centers are coming online every single year for the next 10 years, which means the demand for these advanced chips could skyrocket. And get this, Microsoft, the world's largest investment firm BlackRock, just announced they're partnering with Elon's AI startup XAI in a $30 billion data center project. And that's on top of the $12 billion XAI has raised since its founding in 2023. And they're seeking another $10 billion from Sequoia Capital, Andreessen Horowitz, and Valor Equity Partners. Musk, Bezos, Zuckerberg, Gates, you name it, they're all spending hundreds of billions of dollars to come out on top. And they're not worried about spending too much money to build these AI centers. They're worried about not spending enough money for fear of falling behind their deep-pocketed competitors who can and will race ahead if they can. Big tech is rising fast. The super advanced technology revolution is here, and investors have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to get in front of what could be the biggest wealth building opportunity of our lives. And that's why I put all the details that you need to know in your third bonus report, Elon Musk's silent partner. And I'm going to give it to you as a free bonus gift when you accept my invitation to join the Near Future Report today. As I mentioned, normally a one-year membership is a bargain at $499. But when you accept my invitation today, I'd like to welcome you with a full 60% new member discount and get you started for only $199. That means you're getting 12 full months of world-class research with a chance to see a tiny stake turn into a fortune with every recommendation. Plus, all your bonus reports for about 55 cents a day. That's less than a pack of gum or a cup of gas station coffee for high-level intel you won't see anywhere else. And just to make sure there's zero risk whatsoever, I'm giving you a full 60 days to examine everything and decide if you want to remain a member. That way, you'll have plenty of time to know if the Near Future Report is right for you. And if, at any time during your risk-free test drive, you aren't 100% certain your membership is worth at least 10 times what you're paying today, if you're anything less than blown away by the boots-on-the-ground research that you're about to see, even if it's the last second of the last minute of your 59th day, just give my office a call to let us know, and we'll issue a full refund for the cost of your membership. No hassles, no questions asked, and you can keep all of your issues. You can also keep your bonus reports that I'm giving you today, too. The Agenda X Playbook, How to Profit from Elon's Master Plan, Elon Musk's Silent Partner, and How to Profit from Elon Musk's Robotics Revolution. You keep everything no matter what. That way, I'm taking all the risk off your shoulders and putting it all on mine. It's my way of saying thank you for giving the Near Future Report a risk-free, no-obligation test drive. And thank you for trusting me to connect the dots and deliver research you simply won't find anywhere else every single month. Just tap the button below to claim your full 60% new member discount now. And when you click the button, a new page will open where you'll review everything you're getting today before you finalize your membership. I can't wait to show you what's coming. You're getting all the information you need to invest before X Money launches. And I believe the Near Future Report is the finest investment research service anywhere at any price. But please don't take my word for it. Here's what real members have to say. RB wrote, "Hi there, I've been a loyal subscriber for some time now and greatly admire and appreciate the work you do to bring us readers such quality recommendations. Your newsletters are well worth their weight in gold." And P.S., let me know, I'm making a lot of money from the Near Future Report and have been watching my account balances grow very nicely. Thank you very much, Mr. Brown. LS says, "Just wanted you all to know that this is the most trustworthy news and picks I ever came across, hands down. It's broken down so detailed that us reading don't have to do any due diligence." And SS says, "It's hard to get good information about the tech space unless you're an insider. I wouldn't know anything about where technology was headed without your input." And MY says, "It is the first time in my over 35 years of investing in the market I found an advisor with 3E expertise: ethical, experienced, and educated. May God bless you and your family, and thanks again for helping us to get to a comfortable financial level." Those are just a few of the hundreds of glowing reviews I have on file here at Brownstone Research. And the secret to their success all comes down to timing. Timing isn't just critical, it's everything. And right now, the convergence of the AI boom, the digital money boom, Trump's pro-innovation administration, plus a world hungry for real change and new technology makes right now the perfect time for Elon's master plan to succeed. Timing is the single most important factor separating flash-in-the-pan failures from multi-billion-dollar success stories. Timing is the key to finding massive opportunities hiding in plain sight. And investors who understand timing enjoy what some might call an unfair advantage. And it's all about the quality of the research. I want to see you make a lot of money from my research, and the sooner you get in on Agenda X, the sooner you'll have your chance. But as you know, there's no time to waste. Elon and Visa are set to launch any moment, and if you do not want to miss out, click the button to get started right away. Here's everything you're getting today when you accept your risk-free membership to the Near Future Report. First, you're getting a full year of deep research that you won't find anywhere else. Every month, I'll connect the dots and show you hot opportunities in advanced semiconductors, AI, data centers, blockchain technology, self-driving cars, robotics, cybersecurity, information technology, biotech, and more. If it's cutting edge, high growth, and has profit potential, you're hearing about it first in the Near Future Report. You're also getting bonus number 1, the Agenda X Playbook, how to profit from Elon's master plan. Inside this report, you're getting full details on the only company supplying Elon with super advanced Agenda X chips he must have to succeed. You're also getting bonus report number 2, Elon Musk's silent partner, where you'll discover full details on the only company with the only memory chips advanced enough to handle all of XAI data processing requirements. And you're getting free bonus number 3, how to profit from Elon Musk's robotics revolution. Within a few years, an estimated 1 billion robots will be everywhere, just like cell phones are today. Elon believes $25 trillion is up for grabs. And you're getting the name, ticker symbol, and full details on Elon's key supplier. As a reminder, all investments do carry risk, and past performance does not guarantee future success. You're also getting unrestricted 24/7 access to our members-only research website, so you can read all your issues and special reports at any time. Plus, you'll get video updates and access to our model portfolio with all our current open positions. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call or email my support team. They'll do all they can to help you with your membership. But please note they cannot offer you any personalized investment advice. To get started, go ahead and click the button now to accept your 60% discount and review everything you're getting on the next page before finalizing your membership. I'm offering you deep investment research that you simply won't find anywhere else. And you're getting 3 completely free bonus reports. You're getting a full 60 days to test drive the Near Future Report risk-free, and you're entitled to a 100% refund. Now, the decision is completely in your hands. Either you'll join me and take fast action, or you'll continue to miss opportunities like this. Now, I wish I could take the next step for you, but the decision is up to you. Just remember, Agenda X is happening now. Elon and Visa are moments away from launching, handing those who get in an early chance to see profits in 2025 and for years to come. It is all here for you. Thank you for joining me today. Please send me a note when you strike it big, and I'll see you on the inside. We have so much to look forward to.